oh, do I want to be spicy or not? I'm going to be spicy. Bold of me to say this as a tiny, tiny account on Instagram. Okay, hey, I'm not really vibing with my skin at the moment. It's not really just because of the way that it looks, but it's more to do with the inflammation and the pain and the fact that I can't control it. But that's okay. I think it's important to be honest about this and not just present myself as someone who is confident with the way that my skin looks all the time. Navigating the relationship between self-love and having an inflammatory skin condition it's very, very tricky, because acne flares are inherently inflammation and the associated redness and pain, and that is not, from a scientific perspective, physiological, it's pathological. Yet acne is so common, it can be genetic, it's so inherently woven into our lifestyles, and it's not easy to manage. It's also becoming more normalized, as it should be, and I'm really happy about that. I would say that my relationship with my skin and my acne is pretty good, and I've worked so hard to make it good. However, whenever my acne flares up, I still struggle to understand how I can love my skin and be positive about it when I'm also frustrated that I'm breaking out and I'm trying to fix it and make it less inflamed. If I love my skin so much, why do I take all these medications and use all these treatments to fix my skin? Isn't that implying that my skin is bad? And this brings me to today's topic, which is talking about the problem with skin positivity. Skin positivity is a movement largely generated on social media to allow people who feel negatively about their skin to switch the narrative. It can be really great, and it did serve me for a long time. But I feel as though with the skin positivity movement, there is a cap on how much growth you can do. Once you reach that level, you're kind of stuck. Now, I don't think that this was the outright intention of the skin positivity movement when it started. However, I feel like there is a standard that comes with skin positivity that is that you strive to love your skin every single day no matter what. The ultimate goal is to always love your skin. And whilst that seems like a good sentiment, is this achievable? Is there anything in your life that you will always love, never have any problems with, and always feel happy about? I don't think so. At least not for me. Life is a little bit more turbulent than that. I think skin positivity can then feel a bit restrictive because you're unable to express how you feel about your skin if it's not positive. And if you don't feel happy about your skin and love your skin all the time, that you're doing it wrong. Like you shouldn't be having that feeling and you're not doing it the right way. I feel that another restriction of skin positivity is the need to focus on your skin in general. Although you are switching the narrative from negative thinking to positive thinking, it still requires you to focus on your skin and still require validation to use beauty as a benchmark of self-worth. So although it's redefining beauty, it's still reliant on being beautiful. And why do we need to be beautiful to be worthy of living on the earth? There is also a unique problem within the, I want to say, acne influencer space on Instagram. And more or less, I think it's regarding using acne for clout. Hello. Yes, my hair is better now and the lighting is fabulous. Just wanted to make a disclaimer. So by calling out these certain patterns of, people posting certain things for clout, I'm not necessarily blaming any individual creator. I fully understand that we're more likely to post things that we know are going to do well in terms of engagement. I'm more making a commentary on sort of the movement, the acne positivity movement as a whole. I'll be back later. And as someone who might not have acne to the same severity as some other people at this point in my life, sometimes this is a really weird thought to have, but sometimes I think that my acne isn't bad enough to want to like post about acne. This is something else I find very interesting. On Instagram, the best way to get the most clout for having acne is to show that you have or had severe acne, and then show the transformation of you getting to the ultimate goal of having clear skin. So then these people who have shown their transformation and have found what works for them, they then preach acne positivity, which I find very interesting because they wanted to fix their skin and they did. And now it's better, and now they want to preach that you should love yourself no matter what, but they didn't. You know, they didn't. I don't know if this is like spicy content, but I just think there are a lot of contradictions also in the fact that people who promote acne positivity also promote products to clear your skin, and that to me is just very conflicting, because how can you say that you love your skin no matter what but also want to fix it? Okay, hi, I said I'd be back again. I am not saying, I'm just reading off notes because I want to get it right. I'm not saying that you can't want to improve your skin and health from a place of self-love, but to want to improve normally comes from a motivator, which is that you want to be in a better place than you are now. So, to claim that you are equally as beautiful and happy with acne, and then want to improve it so that you fit the societal beauty standards, and then preach positivity about skin, it's just a bit like, I just don't think it's honest. I, for one, am guilty of doing this in the past, so I feel like I can say this because I'm criticizing myself as well. There has definitely been a huge surge in Instagram accounts that focus on acne predominantly, but like other skin conditions as well, that, do I want to be spicy or not? I'm going to be spicy. More or less all post the exact same content. Bold of me to say this as a tiny account on Instagram. I feel like the self-love is very performative, and it's just essentially for clout. Like, it's not even for their own personal development, it seems like. I just don't think there is a lot of diversity of content and opinions. I honestly just think people aren't really being honest with themselves, and I think they're trying to live up to this standard of loving their skin no matter what all the time, when they probably don't. But that's okay. Like, you don't have to love your skin all the time. The idea of improving mental health when you have acne is more just separating your self-worth from your skin. I think skin neutrality can present a partial solution to some of these problems that skin positivity has created. So what is skin neutrality? Skin neutrality promotes the concept that skin is neither good nor bad. Our skin is just another organ, another part of our body that doesn't require specific attention in the realm of beauty. I also just want to acknowledge now that this discussion is building on the conversation started by other influencers in the acne community. Off the top of my head, I know Callie has discussed it, My Face Story, and Sophia Gran, sorry if I said that wrong, and a couple of others. Skin neutrality allows you to detach your self-worth from what your skin looks like. Skin neutrality is definitely a mindset and still requires you to do the inner work to remove the negative thought patterns that you create about your skin and your appearance. But what skin neutrality allows you to do is separate your self-worth from your skin and what it looks like. And it removes the need for you to seek validation on your skin's appearance. I think the notion of skin neutrality leaves a lot more room for you to feel your emotions about your skin. You don't feel any pressure to feel a certain way, but also, I think importantly, you observe those emotions and you learn to make peace with them so that you can no longer be so attached to, feeling a certain way about your skin all the time, such that it dictates how your day is going and your mood and your behaviors and what activities you do, etc. Obviously, you're still going to have good and bad days with mood in general, which is going to affect how you see yourself as a person. So it's not like a complete answer, separate yourself from your emotions and never feel anything. It's not that. It's just, I think it's a different approach to breaking that negative thought pattern that a lot of people struggle with. Much like how you would treat any other organ in your body, you simply want to meet its basic needs and support its function. There are other things in our lives that we can do to support the health of our other organs, just some very basic examples. We do cardio workouts for our heart health, and we eat fiber so that our digestion is good and things like that. This is, of course, way easier said than done. And I think because I did spend a lot of time in the skin positivity space, it sort of got me halfway there. And then once I realized that mindset was no longer serving me, I could easily move on from that. And this notion, of course, is met at a complete intersection with society's beauty standards, because we are told that our appearance defines our worth. I don't think there is a way to just completely overcome that aspect, because, we live in a society. We can't just remove ourselves from society. Well, you could remove yourself from society and live in the woods. The skincare industry and beauty standards are innately part of our society and our social structure, especially for women and feminine presenting people. Despite those things, I know that the less I care about what society thinks of me as a woman, as a person with acne, as a person with coloured hair, I don't know, the better I feel and the more confident I feel within myself and the more empowered I feel, Over time, as I care less and less, I base my self-worth less and less off of how I look. I think for the people that want to do that inner work, it's much more achievable and realistic than feeling the pressure to maintain happy feelings and positivity all the time over something that you ultimately cannot control. At the end of the day, our skin is always going to be changing, whether that is due to hormones, due to age, or due to other health conditions and things like that. So we shouldn't have to put so much pressure on ourselves to feel so positively. I think there's a lot more to add to this discussion. The concept of skin neutrality is still relatively new. If you have any thoughts or want to add anything to this discussion, please comment below. I'd love to continue this discussion with you. And if you liked this video and if you're still watching, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I post content every fortnight. Actually, that might be changing soon, so subscribe. And follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!